Okay, we're going to release the energies of what does not belong to me or the collective that I'm reading for. You're going to hear a slight little bell noise. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so we've gone ahead and I pre-shuffled the energy, and we are using the wild unknown archetypes, and we've got the mother and we've got the siren. Interesting combination. It is reminiscent of a choice. That's the energy that I'm feeling with it. There is a choice. Some of you may be seeing a lot of signs of like crossroads or road signs or Hecate, Cronus. You know, you may be seeing all different types of symbols letting you know, or synchronicities, letting you know that there is a choice at hand or will be a choice at hand soon. And what Spirit is saying is, because we have the mother, and this one in particular, if you get into the book definition, the description is more along the lines of birthing pains. You start out as the divine spark in the womb, and you have both light and dark in the womb. Your mother, who is also a divine feminine, also embraces the light and dark. But what happens with the mother, and this is the energy that is coming forth, is that birthing process is what I am feeling the most, is that she holds on to you with the intent of releasing you and letting you go. But she doesn't want to, and it's the restriction, it is the contraction feeling that I'm getting. It's almost as if, you know, she's nurtured you, she's let you grow, but now it's too confining, and it has to be birthed. The energy has to be birthed. So it either needs to come into realization, or it's what Spirit is saying is that it needs to come into realization. And it can be a painful process, but it's also paired with the siren. So this is the choice, right? So it could be painful. It could be, you know, scary. It could be, you know, not wanting to let go of something, that an ideal or a person or something that there is a bond, an attachment. There's something that there's the hesitation of not wanting to let it go, is how I feel with that, or not seeing it leave. Take it as it resonates with you, but there's a birthing process and a decision that has to be made as it's coupled with the siren. Now, with the siren, you have the sweet, sweet song of the siren, and what it does, and especially for intuitives, it can lure you down. You know, it's that sweet song. It's a distraction from the day-to-day. It's a distraction from reality, or what they paint as reality, right? It is a distraction, or is it? It's another path. And the siren can take you down, 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 and deeper in depths. It's a learning process. It's a growing process. It's a challenge, right? And you need courage and strength to find your way back up to the dry land. Or you could be like, I think she uses, what is it? Odysseus, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Odysseus, who tied his hands to the mast, right? He tied his hands to the mast so he wouldn't be able to answer the lure of the siren song. So he wanted to make sure that he could make it back to the dry land through the storms or whatever the challenge was that was presented. So the way that I'm feeling this is that there's definitely a choice. You can either follow it and give energy to that and take the chance and let it grow. You're going deeper and deeper and deeper, getting more entrenched. You may not make it back to what you knew before, right? Everything will change. Or you can stay complacent and not take a chance, and your path may be different. You may not have that significant of a growth, right? So I'm seeing the choice there. You take that as it resonates with you, but let's go ahead and get some tarot. So I see that one path looks sweet, but it's treacherous because it is with the siren's call. So that I do see and feel a little bit of uncertainty, danger, because you don't know how it's going to turn out. It's like risky. It's like they're showing me, they're showing me like risky business. You know, it's risky, it's risque. So they're showing me that. And, you know, with the birthing process, it's the struggle in making the decision itself, right? It's becoming something completely different than what you were before with that mother energy. It's before you started out as a seed and you grew, but it became too confining. You can't stay there forever, right? So you're being birthed into reality. And now you have a decision in the path of reality as far as your growth goes. There's a path of accelerated learning, going down dark, taking chances. You know, the siren's call is soulful, it's spiritual. It's also following your desires, your passion, right? It's about following your desires and your passion. And for some of you, it could be lust, right? It could be lust, but it's the desires and it's the passions. Or you could be like Odysseus and tie your hands to the mast and not heed the siren's call. Take the safer route. So that's how I'm feeling this energy. Safe passions and desires is how I'm feeling it. And it's the contraction. It's what you will be released into that is causing the most angst right now, because I am getting angst, right? I am getting angst. So let's see what the tarot messages have to say in conjunction with this energy. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. So for some of you, it's a question of your sovereignty. Would you really be free? It's your freedom. It's your independence. It's your money. It's your home. It's your health and your wealth and your money, right? It's these things that you feel are at stake. And focusing on the moon, which is things that are hidden, which comes into certain energies that I will talk in another video about. But it's about things being hidden, correct? So you can't see everything. So it's a blind trust. But this speaks to sovereignty, freedom, and independence, entrepreneurship. But it's a card of success. It is a message of success, right? So that's something to think about. So it's a message of independence. This is centering around this energy. So this is some of the influences that you are feeling regarding this energy of the decision. That's how we'll have to call it, the decision. All right. So we have the Nine of Wands, another 9. 9 signify, completions and endings, right? You're at the end of the cycle. It's wrapping up the end of a cycle. So we had the Nine of Wands. And this is the influence around it, is that, you know, you've been striving for your independence, your sovereignty, your freedom, you know, your peace of mind, basically. And the Nine of Wands is saying you have fought. You have fought for every single wand that is standing beside you or behind you. You have fought for it, and you're tired. And that's the crux of this energy, right? That's the crux of this energy. Is you're tired. You don't know which way to go. You know, you don't know. Follow your passions, your desires. You don't know. You don't know which way to go. You don't know if you're hanging on too tight to something that is not going to grow you, something that's not going to feed your soul. You know, this is, I'm getting the impression that it's a little bit more than, you know, your coin. I'm getting it more along the lines of the way that it's resonating with me is like it's a soul choice. It's like your soul is being given a choice to advance or not to advance, and it's a path. And I don't want to go into that right now because it's a little bit complicated. You may have imprints from your past lives for some of you. Some of you won't. But it's resolution on some of those. Maybe you've already had resolution. Maybe remember the nines. Maybe you've already had the resolution, and you've already wrapped up and resolved some of those karmic imprints. And I don't mean karmic as in the bad way. I mean imprints that you were brought into this world to resolve, right? So this is something that was on your life journey, that where you were saying, hey, I want to go back and fix this. I could have did better. I could have done it this way. And perhaps you've had some of those things cross over into this life with you that you've recognized, in different ways. Your dreams, lucid dreaming, psychics, it depends, but you are familiar with those imprints. And this is just a side note. I know I'm kind of losing my focus here, but that's just a side note for some of you. The nines could be wrapping that up. All right, so let's continue, Spirit. I have a lot of information that's coming through on this read. I feel several different energies that this is going to pertain to, and it's going to pertain to the energies in different ways, right? It's different perspectives and different interpretations. If you do have questions, my information is in the description box, and just please, I tend to forget my readings afterwards, so if you could point it out. All right, so we have the Three of Cups. Community, celebration, and connection is how I'm getting that. So this may come about. Let's see what else we get. That was coupled with the Ace of Pentacles. I'm not going to throw it, but it was coupled with the Ace of Pentacles, which is an invitation, right? It's an invitation, but the major influence is community, celebration, and connection. Community, celebration, and connection. Happiness, it's joyful. It's a joyful energy. It's also a celebratory energy, but you can also see they're raising their cups. They're raising their cups to the moon. They're not afraid to embrace the shadow, the hidden. They're not afraid to embrace that here. It's Spirit is saying it's the cosmic path. It's cosmic, I keep getting that energy lately. It's cosmic. All right, so we've got the Eight of Wands. This is focus, determination, and it's also fast incoming messages. So I believe that this will come into your reality upon the delivery of this Eight of Wands, right? There's somebody around you or in your surroundings, or it could be yourself. The intention, right? With the Magician, it's all about intent. It's all about manifestation. It's all about bringing the elements together to manifest the desire, because that's what it is. It's the intention to manifest the desire, right? He's calling forth upon the gods, to deliver to him. It could be the God, the creator, the monad. It could be the old gods. It could be the earthly gods, But he's manifesting it. He or she, please flip that gender where you need to flip it. All right. Once again, flip it where you need to flip it. We have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles speaks to loyalty. It speaks to stability. It speaks to that family stability. It's mind, body, and spirit. It's contributing to all of those. And the way that I usually get this is that the king has, it's a message of achievement. He has achieved his coin. He has achieved his family. He has achieved his loyal followers, right? And he's looking, if you could see in this depiction, he's looking into that crystal ball and he's asking, what else is there? What else is there? What else is there? Am I going to grow anymore? Am I going to advance? Am I going to advance to the next stage? What is it that you see for me, Spirit? Right? What is it that you see? What is it? I've already achieved. I'm already at peace where I'm at. Am I going to grow anymore? That's kind of the way I'm feeling it. And then we have death. Death speaks to endings, beginnings, right? Death speaks to endings and beginnings. So once again, we're in that siren call. Will all the old chapters wrap up? We had those 9s, remember? Will the old chapters wrap up and will there be a new beginning? Or are you going to be that mother stuck in that contraction, holding on to something that could be painful, loss, regret? Only you know where that applies, right? Only you know where that applies. Spirit, what's the final message? This is the energy that you're going to be dealing with if you're not already dealing with it. All right, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles speaks to either standing still, holding on to what you've got, or investing, right? Investing and moving forward. You see how he's staring at that pentacle. Where should I place that pentacle? Where should I place it? Should I keep it? Should I save it? Should I move forward? Should I invest it? So that's the whole energy is of a decision that is going to relatively be on your plate soon. And it's going to be put there because there's a magician or, female or male that has manifested this, has opened up a pathway for you. It's in connection with, something joyous, something that you would celebrate. It could be connections, communities, opening up a pathway that maybe you didn't know existed before, that is in alignment with something that maybe years ago you wanted to pursue, but you didn't because, life got in the way, and here you are, and now there's somebody that is giving you an edge, right? But you don't know because you get comfortable. So it'll all come about with this 8 of Wands. just stay focused, and it's balance. You know, if you look up the Eight of Wands, it speaks to balance as well. Same thing as what I see with the Temperance. It's also about balance. I didn't throw Temperance, but I'm seeing Temperance. So it's patience and balance is what I'm seeing. But there's incoming messages, and it's going to put you into the womb and the siren energy. So that is what is heading towards you. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you want to expand upon this, or you want me to expand upon this for you, you can reach me. My information is in the description box. I thank you so very much.